Hello, bandit slaying tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker with me, BlueAnkylo. Last episode, we started our quest, defeated a few bandits, and talked to some members of the local tavern in the Silent Lands. The first place we entered, really, in this area. And now we need to prepare for a defense against an oncoming bandit attack. So we're supposed to look around and maybe gather up some supplies. So that's what we're going to do right now. So it doesn't look like holding the Alt key will immediately highlight anything that's clickable. So at least for now, I'm going to have to manually click stuff, which is fine. Hey, money basically. Silver spoon, gold coins. Tribute for our hard work. Surely the people living here won't mind. Heavy mace, that's potentially something our cleric could use, although I believe our dwarven dude probably already has something similar. In fact, identical even. If by some strange chance it breaks, we have a replacement. It's exactly the same. Okay. Alright, this seems to be tar. So, yeah, we're supposed to be putting this near the entrance to slow down the bandits and possibly light them on fire. Good work, team.
It's time to go.
Tab holds up the names of your... okay, Tab does what I thought Alt would do. That's fine. Highlighting all of the clickable items on screen is very helpful. Looks like there's some line of sight stuff here as well. You know, you can't see up a ladder or a staircase until you're near the top of it. That's cool. Doesn't look like we can go in the house. Now, I think Oleg wanted us, if we're going to light the tar on fire, to somehow waterproof the wood a little bit. Steel traps, oh yeah. Pretty good palisade, honestly. For just one little house, right? Like, I wonder if we'll be building palisades of our own once we have a castle. Maybe we can do something with this water. The old well has been renovated and cleaned. It even has a new roof. So is this like a tool that if you had the right character or right class or skill, you could do something with it? Alright, we've got a heavy crossbow, a long sword, a couple lousy shields. We'll take everything for now. So I'm currently using a light crossbow, so I could change. I wonder if there's like a hidden attack speed, and, you know, the heavy crossbow might shoot a little slower or something. It does slightly more damage, but... well, let's equip it and see what happens. Did any other stats change? I think it's just the damage rating, right? Well, we might as well go with the slightly higher damage. If there is a hidden attack speed, I don't really know about it. What I should probably be doing is using cantrips in battle anyway, I believe. Instead of using my bow attack, I should probably be throwing a bunch of, you know, the level 0 spells. I think, although they don't do very much damage, I think they'll be more likely to hit or assist us. Especially early on while we're fighting, like, weak enemies, I should be trying... what's it called? One of these spells... yeah, it's based on low hit dice for the enemies. We should probably be trying Daze a lot while we're at the early game.
I know the way.
Okay, so we can't seem to rotate the camera, which is fine, but it makes, you know, sometimes exploring the wrong side of things a little bit more difficult. That's fine. Pretty standard for isometric style games. Is there a quick select everyone button? Totally is. Alright. Oh, that's good too. Yeah. So there's... You can turn AI on for everybody. Now, I wonder... If you remember back to like Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dales, there was ways to sort of configure every unit's artificial intelligence, like if you want them to cast magic or rush the enemy or keep their distance. I don't think I've seen anything like that, but again, it might be something that's just not been added in yet for this alpha. Stuff like artificial intelligence could be relatively difficult to program in, or at least it's not the first thing you do anyway. So, unless you guys see somewhere specifically where to add AI, it was on... In games like Icewind Dale, it was in like the character screen, and there was like an AI sort of setting, if I remember correctly. Now, again, I might just be missing it, of course, but either way, we can at least toggle manual control on or off if we feel like it. Alright, well, I feel like maybe this is everything we can do for now. Talk to some people. So, a frail, disheveled old man wearing a stained and tattered robe gives you a gloomy look. I'm Boken, local herbalist. Yeah, we could use your help. Where is this coming from? You want an old man like me to fight? Here, take this potion. Consider that my help. Well, tell me about yourself. Tell me more. What's there to tell? I'm an herbalist. Make potions and sell them. Gather herbs, roots, berries. I live in the forest, live off the land. Since leaving Restov for these parts, I ended up a merchant here at Oleg and Svetlana's post. They let me in out of kindness, help me with things. They bring me water or firewood when it's cold, and the occasional barrel of honey. They're good people. Now, Svetlana is supposed to be hiding somewhere or something, right? So Oleg and Svetlana are discussing something in low but impassioned whispers. You manage to make out the words, "Forget about it," before they stop talking to you and turn to you. So wait for attack, I'm assuming, is like literally the choice to initiate combat. Maybe we can sell some stuff. Don't know what good trading will serve if those bloodsuckers come back and take everything, but alright. Cool, so we could do a little bit of money trading back and forth. So there's Masterwork Bastard Sword, but that's already what our fighter has. And our barbarian has something better, I believe. Yeah, it's pretty impressive there. Battle axes, kind of neat. Triple damage on critical hits, but so the number, the range beside critical hit will be the chance. So if it just says 20, that's essentially 5%. If it's 19 to 20, it's 10%, and so on. And then the multiplier there times X, or X2, X3. That's how much bonus damage you'll do on criticals, so nice to know. I was a big fan of keen weapons, which increased the range of critical hits in, I think it was Baldur's Gate specifically. I really liked that. Getting a keen weapon with a ×3 multiplier and a nice range was pretty impressive. Like something like this, it's got a wide critical rating, like 15%. And I believe there's weapon skills or proficiencies that increase that as well. So you can get a lot of critical hits there if you use the right combination. So anyway, this merchant has all kinds of masterwork stuff. That's pretty impressive. Every weapon under the sun, plus most basic armors. It might theoretically be worth changing someone's armor around. Banded mail is pretty good. Full plate is a bit better. Without really any negative, other than it's expensive. I guess I don't have enough money. Half plate would be slightly better, and I might be able to afford it if I sold some stuff. But yeah, half plate and full plate tend to get expensive. Composite longbows are generally pretty good. At some point, I might want to get more of the party ranged weapons, so we've got more options. Ring of Protections are pretty good, just flat armor class bonus generally. Sometimes it applies to saving throws as well, but maybe not here. Also, it's good to know that the tooltips are explaining this a bit, but Essentially, armor class, like magical bonuses of the same type, don't stack. So deflection bonuses don't stack with each other. You'll need to get different types of +1 enchantments to sort of all add together, essentially. Heavy shield +1 is worse than a tower shield. That's kind of funny. The light mace +1 might be sort of better for Harem. It would be slightly more accurate. Like, same average damage, but it would hit more often slightly. And then just a straight masterwork. I don't think I'm going to spend any money right now, but I'd like to clear out some inventory, maybe. So there's not really a whole lot of bartering, but it does clear up inventory space. So we'll just go with that for now. It might be worth holding on to some of these things. I don't know. Can we just right-click them? Can I just left-click them? Moves them. All right. We'll hold on to the rope. Maybe we can use that. We'll sell all the unenchanted gear that's not that impressive. Now, it's possible there's a good reason to hold on to Jasper for crafting, but maybe you should just sell it for money anyway. I don't know. But anyway, there's a little bit of using the merchant. Cool. And I'd like to see... Scroll of Ear-Piercing Scream. I didn't even know I had that. I've actually got a few scrolls somewhere.
Adventures await.
Oh, down here. Okay, so I didn't even notice that last episode. But you do start, you're made to start with a few extra scrolls you can use for sort of one-time casting. Cool. The reason I was going to do this was I wanted to put the potion on someone's hotbar. So I feel like probably the Barbarian is the most likely to take a bunch of damage. So I'll give that to them. Left click didn't work here, but there you go. Cool, it actually updates on the character portrait, or the character, you know what I mean. Also, that is such a huge, friggin', your name is now Cloud, you got the Buster Sword, that's awesome. But yeah, that's a nice little, I like those little details. When your portraits and your character sprites and stuff update based on the weapons and armor you equip, that's always a nice sign for games. So nice to see all that. Very cool. Alright, let's get the show on the road here. We could get some more information, maybe? What can you tell me about that man who ran away and came back? That must have been Boken. He sells potions. He lives out in the forest like a hermit. But he comes here every day. He knows every tree and bush in the area and how they can help you. The Stag Lord's gang wants him to work for them. He lacks the courage to fight those bandits, but he won't just walk away from us. He's a good heart, even if he grumbles a lot, especially recently. Tell me more about yourselves. Oleg shifts uncomfortably. Surely there are more important things to discuss. Well, alright. We're just honest people who came here from Restov. We fixed up the old fort to house travelers and give merchants a place to trade with the locals. We also deal with the occasional huntsman in the area. What does any of this matter? When those bandits come back, they'll either drain us dry or just kill us, unless we kill them. Anything else for planning here? If we keep dallying, we'll end up with the attackers. We'll end up talking with the attackers rather than about them, if they're even willing to talk. I guess maybe we'll get some information at the very least. What do they want? These bloodsuckers think they own the land. They come, take what they want, steal the better part of our money every month as toll for their leader. They even broke our gate so we couldn't try to hide anything from them. No one knows exactly how many there are. Sometimes only 5 or 6, sometimes it's a whole gang. I'd have shown them what for long ago, if not for Svetlana. Well, we did kill 3 the other day. For the Stag Lord and his cronies, of course. That Stag Lord fancies himself a king in these parts. He may have antlers for a crown, but all the troublemakers around here are happy to follow his orders as long as they're paid. So they charge an arm and a leg as taxes, and they call their executions punishment for treason. Even those who never swore allegiance to the Stag Lord. They're killed fast if they're lucky. If not, Oleg looks to Svetlana. Dove, why don't you start supper while we finish our talk? Alright, so bad things will happen. I get it. Let's kill them. Fear not. I'll stand between you and this scum. You're under my protection, spouts Valerie. She's nearly a paladin, clearly. Amiri flexes her shoulders. Finally, a fight. Was bored with all that talking. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I see you're not easily cowed. I beg you, be careful. And please don't let Oleg do anything too risky. He's just going to shoot a fire arrow and light them all on fire. Alright, Svetlana, go hide inside. We're going to meet our guests. Some little tips there might be nice. Alright. On fire! And they're paused. Alright. That's a lot of bandits in there. I think we hit about 4 of them with that little firebomb he tossed. You can probably see exactly what it did over here. Maybe. At least 2 of them is dead, right? I think. Some of them are hitting some bear traps and stuff. Alright, well what I want to do is I'm going to cast Mage Armor on my Berserker, and my Berserker is going to use Charge on maybe one of these guys up front. Well, I don't know, actually. For now, you're just going to move a little bit closer. Move a little bit closer. I don't want to charge into the fire, is what I'm thinking. And maybe before we get into combat, we do have a Bless spell ready to go. What's the target? All allies within 30 feet get a small buff. It'll probably last for like 2 minutes, but maybe that's long enough. And any other abilities to go with right off the bat? I think the green circle means it's on autocast. I turned power attack off autocast for now, and we can turn that back on if we need to do more damage. But right now, I just want to hit mostly. So let's go. Okay, it's taking a while to cast magic, as you might expect.
Forget it.
Oh, it's too close. There's a minimum range on charge. So I kind of messed that up. Alright, well, you just go kill that one. Just kill him. BlueAnkylo, I gotta... Okay, so Amiri, that's the red cloak. She's got mage armor. Or maybe not. Didn't I? Oh well, spells take a while to cast, that's fine. Okay, we're all blessed. Getting that armor going. Looks like we're crushing them pretty effectively anyway. Why don't I try to do a little bit of offensive magic? Looks like actually Oleg is taking some damage back here. Let's throw a magic missile on this guy. And maybe send Amiri towards him. I don't know if she can charge that. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, look at this. Now, she might be dying in fire. Oh, attack's opportunity. That's what that was. Okay, that's my bad. I forgot about stuff like that. Because we left melee with a bunch of fighters, they got free attacks on her and actually nearly killed her. That was totally my mistake. Let me see if I can do a little bit of healing here. Now, I did notice that our priest has some powers. Channel positive energy, heal living, looks pretty good. Okay, we're gonna try that. She might move out of range. Yeah. Just out of range. Alright, well, it's fine. We killed... She's really strong. If I hadn't given them the free attacks when we walked by, we would not have taken any damage at all. Really, other than just a tiny little bit. That's fine. I was worried that walking through... I guess, is this supposed to be just a shadow? I thought this would be oil that might light on fire or something. I didn't want to risk early on getting everyone stuck in there. Well, looks like we killed all the bandits. And Oleg survived even? Amazing. An empty tar pot, alright. Alright, Oleg. Oleg is breathing heavily, but he shakes his fist in the air menacingly. You rats got what you deserved. Now they'll know better than to treat honest people like cattle. Well, we've killed, I assume, around 10 of them already. That's a pretty good start. We should call Balkan out before he freezes in those bushes. Now, my lord, head on up to the guest rooms on the 2nd floor. You deserve some rest after such a battle. I need to clean things up. And this is for your efforts. Now, don't offend me by trying to turn it down. Just take it. An honest fight deserves an honest reward. If that were more common practice in this world, I think life would be so much better. 100 gold.
It's time to go.
Not particularly rich, but hey, we're low-level adventurers. I wonder if there's a way to play at like double speed so you can run around quicker. Let's go steal from Svetlana. I'm assuming there is probably a stealing mechanic, but these guys love us, so they don't mind, probably. Because I think your rogue will have an ability to sneak, use stealth. I mean, that might just be for like backstabs and stuff, but it might also be for stealing. It should be. I'm glad it's all over, even if there was a fight. We'll talk tomorrow. Okay, well, see ya. Oh. Well, we don't have anyone who's a rogue, so I don't think anyone could open that. We'll have to get a rogue later. Here we go. Potion of Vanish. Silver discs. Silver ring. Scroll of Ray of Enfieldment. I didn't use any scrolls in that fight, but probably didn't need to worry about stuff like that too much. Alright, well, let's have a snooze. You wake up from a nasty dream that almost tortured you all night long. In it, you saw a wall of unnaturally thick fog that surrounded you, slowly moving closer and closer. A quick look out of the window, and you find out the fog was not a figment of your imagination, not a dream. And then the half-transparent outline of a beautiful nymph appears before you. Even in this ghostly form, it's clear that she's exhausted. Her shoulders are slouched, and her large eyes burn with her pale face. Hear me, please. Hear me. Can you hear me, please? Her voice is barely more than a whisper as she reaches towards you. It seems that only you can see or hear the nymph. Well, who are you? Who am I? Just a tear shed by the land itself, the bitter sigh of nature. I am a nymph, the guardian of this area. A defeated guardian. Call me the Blooming Guardian if you wish. So if we were a druid or something, we'd probably know more, right? What do you want? Aid, salvation. We have a common enemy, and long have I searched for someone who can defeat him. The one you call the Stag Lord. As a storm strikes ruthlessly with gusts and lightning, the Stag Lord wreaks havoc with the swords of his servants. And not just in the world of people, the land also suffers from the evil he brings. My forests and my flowers suffocate in the fog. Soon, even I will vanish, as the last ray of light fades at dusk. So we've got one day, huh? So what magic is this? Yes, it hides his fortress as well as his dark deeds. But while responsible, he did not create this affliction. It is the work of a powerful druid who has betrayed even himself. I know not why the powers did not leave this renegade, but even I was unable to defeat him. So yeah, there is something about that. Just, I think the reference here, if you're not familiar with Dungeons and Dragons lore, generally druids magic, like they're like divine casters, like clerics for the most part, with more nature sort of side effects. And I think they generally have a sort of a totemic spirit they sort of follow of some sort, whether it's, you know, nature spirit or something else, but whatever. The general rule of thumb is they have to follow sort of a creed for that, or they lose all of their abilities. Paladins have a very similar effect, if I remember correctly. So, if you were a druid that was tasked with defending a land, you know, a grotto or a certain area, and you turned on your task and started, you know, burning the forest down or whatever, usually the lore would say you'd lose your magic powers. kind of like a paladin sworn to defend the weak. Not defending the weak would lose his divine assistance as well. I believe that's what they're referring to. So anyway, how can we help? Alright, this fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I could learn how it was created, but my powers wane. I have barely the strength to call out to you. All I know for certain is that somewhere in this forest lies an old house, and it echoes with the remnants of a strange power. The Stag Lord and his druid were there. The fog hides this place from me, but I can point you to the bandits' camp near the Thorn Ford. Make them tell you where this place is. Go there and listen to the echo. Catch the whispers. Search for anything that can tell you how the fog was created. Once the fog clears, nature will breathe again, and you will be able to easily find your way to the fortress of our mutual enemy. Alright, well thanks there, Blooming Guardian. I don't believe in fate, stranger, but our meeting seems more than a coincidence. The nymph's whisper fades as she disappears.
I need... Distracted mage risks to become a dismembered one.
Oh. I don't know what that dialogue was supposed to be. Are they talking to me about me downstairs?
Hit the road.
Oh, that's just my,
What? I am ready.
That's it.
Adventures await.
That's just my, character's dialogue. That's right. A lot of times when you're creating your character, you'd be able to select a voice. I assume stuff like that will be added in with the final release of the game, likely. Hey, Svetlana, where's my team? Good day. I hope you're feeling all right after that battle. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. I definitely don't want to waste your time, but if you have a moment, I have a request. Alright, sure. Side quest, right? Svetlana lowers her head. This is a very personal request, and maybe not important enough for your time. I'll completely understand if you say no, but the first time the Stag Lord's thugs came here demanding money, they also took my wedding ring. Just tore it off my hand. It's just a trinket, really, but it meant so much to me. I remember every moment of the day Oleg came to me, the ring in hand, to ask if I'd marry him. I was standing in a fancy dress on the stairs of my father's home, fearing that I'd misheard something, or that I'd say something stupid and everyone around would laugh. Svetlana interrupts herself, shaking her head gently. If you happen to find my ring among the bandits' possessions, please bring it back to me. It's easy to recognize. My name is engraved in the band. Svetlana drops her eyes, lowering her voice. There is one more thing. Among the bandits there is a dark-haired woman who wields dual axes. She's not bad in a fight. In fact, she can be extremely dangerous and cruel. But please, I beg you, show her mercy if you have the chance. Sounds like maybe they have a daughter. Sure. I mean, we're probably going to be good guys anyway, right? I'm so grateful for your help. So how did you and your husband find the courage to establish a trading post in a bandit-ridden stolen land? It was Oleg's idea, though I supported him in it. We didn't realize how dangerous it was, of course. In Restov, everyone respects the sword lads, and everyone's accustomed to relying on them. Even the mention of someone like Lady Jamandi could be enough to fend off a street thug or some other trouble. It could maybe even work in some places here, but not with the Stag Lord's men. Tell me about the Stag Lord. He's just some average bandit. He's not just some average bandit. Oh, I mean, something completely different. If no one puts a stop to him, he'll turn the stolen lands into his personal kingdom, a kingdom of fear and oppression. I think our fighter has something to say about that. It would be a kingdom of lawlessness. Once I've dealt with the Stag Lord, your life will improve. I think that just... yeah, I don't think that's our fighter speaking specifically. I keep mixing those up. Let me go to my options here. And... yeah, let's turn this off, because I think that's kind of confusing me more than helping. And now we won't know beforehand what dialogue choices will give us, I assume, shifting alignment to some degree. I'm not sure how to tell if this will actually move, but, you know, we started chaotic good, which is pretty close. Well, it's actually not very close to lawful good, to be fair. But, you know, if we make evil choices, it might drag us down or something. Like, it might change over time. It does keep track of them, clearly. So that's neat. That's cool. We'll see what happens. Hey, alignment systems are difficult to get right, so I'm excited to learn more about this. Alright, here's everybody outside. Greetings! Oleg seems to be in a good mood and greets you warmly. You certainly ruffled those villains' feathers. Well, anyway, new day, new troubles. Have you seen the fog? Never seen anything like it before. The road to Restov looks like someone spilled milk and it just hung in the air. I couldn't see anything through the soup, not even with a torch. Feels like witchcraft to me. I bet the Stag Lord's involved somehow. Rumors say he deals with all kinds of bad magic. Rumors. Alright, I feel like I've done a lot of dialogue right now. So, for now, we'll let that... Actually, no, one thing. Let's clean up some of this stuff. Maybe I should hold on to, like, one composite longbow for everybody. I get the feeling there's no arrows or ammo management, which is probably a good thing. Well, we're making some money anyway. More than he paid us. Alright, we'll keep a few things. Some food and all that. I'll keep the bows for now. Oh, look! There was one magic item we got in there that I didn't notice. I should equip it. So before you yell at the comment section, don't worry, I did notice. It goes to me because I'm probably by far the most fragile of the party. So a Cloak of Resistance only improves saving throws and doesn't help your armor class. But hey, my saving throws are more important than other people's. It's really not that amazing of a cloak, to be fair. Scroll of Rave Enfeeblement. I guess I could throw that on my hotbar just in case. Gotta remember to use these at some point. I have a bad habit of hoarding things like that and never using them because I'm always waiting for another time. Let's, looks like there's actually like 4 different weapon slots that you can equip to. That's really nice. No, he can't use, it's, usually clerics can't use bladed or piercing weapons, only blunt. So, you know, arrows are piercing, so that probably breaks one of his oaths. No big deal. Do we actually get a chance to talk to our party here? Totally. Alright, well, what we're going to do is I'm going to end the episode here. We're already over 30 minutes. Next time, we'll come back, we'll talk to our party, and we'll probably head out and start doing some quests around the area. We'll leave Oleg's trading post, but, you know, we've got at least a main quest to go find some druid in some hut somewhere, some witchcraft hut, and try to stop the fog. And then, of course, we've got to go to the Stag Lord's fortress to actually defeat him and take over the area. Because that's going to be my castle, you can just tell. BlueAnkylo's going to get himself a fancy new castle, and he's going to lord it over all these peasants, and it's going to be a great time. So thanks for watching, folks. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more Pathfinder Kingmaker.